Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. Today's video is all about Pat McGrath. I'm going to share with you all the Pat McGrath makeup products I have and I have tried over the years. I'll let you know my quick thoughts on them. Basically share with you all the products I have tried from Pat McGrath so far. So if you guys are interested to see which are the products I have tried so far, please continue watching. Okay guys, let's get started with the video. We are starting off with Pat McGrath, but I will try to make this as a series and do this with other brands as well. Pat McGrath was easier for me to just collect all the products because I do use them on a regular basis. But I will try to do this with other brands, and who knows, maybe in the process, I will get to try some new products as well. I will do this with some drugstore brands as well, but honestly, I don't have too many drugstore products in my collection right now. So I do want to try more drugstore brands, especially now that I'm in New York. I really want to try some new drugstore products. But let's start off with Pat McGrath today. I have a full face of Pat McGrath and I didn't really film a tutorial or anything, but I can give you a close-up where you can see how the product looks like, and I can show you swatches, and I will link down videos which I have done. I think last 3-4 years I have been super inconsistent on YouTube, and I have watched so many new products, especially from these kind of brands from Pat McGrath, and I don't think I have done videos on everything. So this is a nice way to collect all the information in one video. So I hope you find this video helpful. And with that, let's start off with the base makeup products from Pat McGrath, which I have tried. So I have tried the foundation, concealer and the under eye powder. The foundation is the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. I don't think they have another foundation as of now. This is the only foundation they have on their website. This is one of my favorite foundations till date. It's one of the top ones I have. It's kind of expensive, but I think it's totally worth it. It's such a lightweight, a beautiful looking foundation. This is what I have on my face, obviously. It's a medium buildable coverage foundation and it's very skin-like. It is supposed to be satin finish foundation, but I find it very skin-like, very natural finish foundation, and I love the finish of it. You do have to set it with powder, so it gives a very nice finish once you set it with powder. I usually set it with the hourglass setting powder, so it gives a very nice sheen. Today also I have done that, but not so much. I haven't applied too much powder today. Very lightweight foundation. You will not feel like you're wearing anything. The consistency, the texture is very liquidy. I can show you the consistency. This is how the foundation shade looks like. It's super liquid. It's almost like a serum foundation kind of a feel, but it has a lot of coverage. It is not like a serum foundation. I have the shade medium 18 right here. Medium 18, which works out perfectly for me. I am of the shade MAC NC44 and this matches me perfectly. It just blends super nicely on my skin and it's very effortless. You can use a brush as well, and that's how I use most of the time, but today I've used a sponge and I think that also applied the foundation pretty beautifully. Love this foundation. If you want to try a very lightweight, medium coverage, skin-like finish foundation for everyday basis, you can actually wear it every day. It's super lightweight. You can definitely try this one out. It's one of my favorites. Medium 18 is the shade I use. Moving on to the concealer. The concealers are also my favorite. I haven't done favorites videos in a while, so I don't get to talk about favorites very often. So this is a good video to do that. The concealers are also my favorite. I have 2 of them. These are both repurchases. In fact, the medium 18 shade I have repurchased. This is the 3rd tube which I'm using. I have repurchased several times. So I have 2 shades, medium 18 and medium 15. Medium 15 I use underneath the eyes for highlighting, and medium 18 is for underneath the eyes also when I don't feel like highlighting, and around the mouth area. So both shades work out for me for different reasons. Love the consistency. It's more than a medium coverage concealer. It gives a very good coverage, very smooth, very blendable, stays well. It doesn't crease on me. That I really love, and it's just a beautiful looking concealer. It's not too matte also. It's very skin like. it just sits very well on my skin. Definitely try the Pat McGrath concealers more than the foundation. I think I love the concealers. If you want to try one base makeup product from Pat McGrath, try the concealers. These are amazing. The third base makeup product which I've tried is the Pat McGrath Under Eye Sublime Perfection Blurring Powder. No, I believe they have a pink one also recently. I have the yellow one. So this is how this one looks like, the yellow one. This is, I think, what matches me well. It's a very smooth finish powder. This also you can use. I don't use it all over the face. This is just for underneath the eyes. It's super finely milled, and on the concealer it just looks flawless. So today I have used it underneath the eyes, and it just sets the concealer perfectly, and it's super fine. I don't know how they have done it. It's just so fine and so smooth, has a slight bit of a satin finish to it. I love the feel of it. So this also works out great for me. Other than this, I have not tried any other base makeup products from Pat McGrath, but whatever I have tried so far, these three, they are kind of my staples, and I think I'll highly recommend all three. I think let's move on to eye makeup. That's what Pat McGrath was known for. A few years back also, the eyeshadow palettes were a craze, and I used to dream when I will buy one Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette. Now I have so many of them. So let me go through my Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette collection. Then we will move on to some other products. Let me quickly go through them. So this is the first eyeshadow palette I had purchased from Pat McGrath. This is the Mothership Subliminal Platinum Bronze Palette. I'm a big bronze eyeshadow palette lover. The packaging of this one has come apart, but I've still kept it like this. And this one looks like this. I don't think you can get it anymore, but since this is like a collection kind of a video, I'm just showing you. This is still date, I think, one of my favorite palettes for everyday. It's a very nice cool toned palette with a little bit of warmth. Like this one is also like pretty neutral, warm, bronzy color. All of these colors I love, taupes, bronze, and there is a very nice matte shade also, which I've used today, by the way, in the outer V. Love this palette, love the shades. I don't know why they discontinued it. It's such a beautiful palette. There are some very smooth metallic shades, some sparkly shades, and just love this taupey colors here, the grays, the taupes, the mauves, and the pigmentation is just amazing. Like, they're just superb. Moving on to the bigger Pat McGrath palettes. This one I purchased, I think, 4 years or 3 years back. This was the first one which I wanted to get. This is the Pat McGrath. This is the one, or I got something else? No, I think I'm pretty much sure I got this one first. So this is the first Pat McGrath palette I had purchased. Look at the packaging. This is the Bronze Seduction palette, and I have wanted to get this palette for so long, and I was so happy when I had got it. I got all the palettes on sale, by the way, so I have not paid full price for any of them. So this is how the packaging looks like. I have still kept the packaging, and this is such a gorgeous neutral palette with a lot of sparkle and glitter. So packaging of all Pat McGrath palettes are standard black packaging, and this is how this palette looks like. I mean, it looks neutral, but it has these sparkly, glittery eyeshadows. They are just out of this world. And Pat McGrath was one brand which used to do them, like one of the brands which used to do them earlier. Now there are a lot of indie brands who do shades like this, but there was once a time when Pat McGrath was just known for them, especially this kind of multichromes, glitter multichromes. They were not really very easily available in other brands. Look at the flip. It has been so many years that I've had this palette, but the quality and everything is just amazing. I mean, none of the shadows have gone bad or anything like that. This is such a nice, well done palette. I've used it so much, but I've barely made a dent. So these are the shades in here, and there's that beautiful red also. It's so smooth and so sparkly till today. It's amazing. Okay, next I think I purchased this one. This is also one of my favorites, the Mothership 3 Subversive palette. I'm not sure if you can get the Bronze Seduction anymore. I think you cannot get the Bronze Seduction or the Subversive. I think this is also not available anymore. if I'm not wrong. You can get through other channels, but on the Pat McGrath website, I think I don't see it anymore. This is also such a beautiful packaging. This is the Subversive palette. Oh my god, it's one of my favorite palettes. It has those yummy greens and blues. Here is the palette. It has all of my favorite kind of colors. You have that blue, that olive green, then you have that purple. It's such a beautiful palette. It is like, if you want to do colorful looks, it's one of the staples. You have a black, a brown as well, two mattes in here, and then you have all kind of different kind of metallic glittery shades. Look at this. Till today it is so amazing. That blue, that olive. These are just so gorgeous, and they are colorful, but they are not too out there. When you wear them on the eyes, they don't look so out there. That's what I think I like about this palette. It has a more subdued vibe to it. Then you have this beautiful purple also, so pretty, like this olive, blue, purple. These are three of my colorful favorite colors to wear if I do colorful eyes. So those are in this palette. There's a beautiful rose gold as well, which has a flip, like a pink rose gold. This palette is so gorgeous. I don't take this palette out so often nowadays. I'm wondering why. The brown also, it's such a staple brown. It's a very nice staple palette, but if you also like colorful looks, you can do that also with this. Next I have this one. I think I bought this one next. No, I bought this one next out of the big palettes. This was one of the holiday edition collections. This is the Celestial Divinity palette, and holiday edition palettes I have just bought one in my life. There are so many holiday palettes which come out every year. I have just bought once, and that's about it. It's a beautiful looking palette, but I haven't really used it that much also. Lot of colors in here. The quality is really nice, but those kind of like glittery metallic shades are missing in this. There are not too many of them, but all the colors, they're just so beautiful. If you like colorful eye looks, this was such a gem of a palette. I really liked this one as well. So pretty, right? Look at this. I should take out this palette more often. I don't know why I don't take out. Okay, next we have the Divine Rose. I think this was the next one which I had purchased. Divine Rose palette. Oh my god, look at the packaging. So beautiful. You can still get this if I'm not wrong. Divine Rose 2. Yeah, this is the Divine Rose 2. Divine Rose 1 you can't get anymore. Divine Rose 2, if I'm not wrong, I think you can still get it. So I just love the packaging. How do you throw away this packaging? This is how this one looks like. This is the one which came in like a rose gold kind of packaging, which I really appreciate. And this is how this looks. It has all pinky, mauvey, berry kind of vibes. Look at this. So beautiful. And there are some multi-chromes as well. Some glitter shades, some sparkly shades. There are 4 very sparkly multi-chromatic shades, which are the top ones. The one has like a green flip, a purple green flip. You can see this one. See here it looks purple, and then it looks green, like a purple green flip. It's so beautiful. And these are all more like little bit more subdued, although they are also very intense, but little more subdued. I love this pink. It's so pretty. Such a pretty pink. I am not sure if I have done a video on this. Did I do a video on this? I will check up. I don't think I have a video on this Divine Rose 2. This came in a special packaging for some occasion, for Valentine's Day if I'm not wrong. But this one now comes in, I think, a black packaging if I'm not wrong. Let's move on to the last palette, the last big palette which I have. This is the Moonlit Seduction palette. I think I have done a video on this one as well. Whatever video I have done, I will leave it in the description box because I'm pretty sure I have some looks there as well. Okay, so this is the Moonlit Seduction palette. This is also such a gorgeous palette. After this palette, I felt like, okay, I think I have all kind of Pat McGrath palette and I don't need any more. After this, I have not bought any Pat McGrath palette. So this is more of a cool toned kind of a pinky movie palette. Moonlit Seduction. And I love the neutral tones, the neutral cool tone vibe of the palette. This is also such a staple palette, barring these four, which are more multichromatic and very fun, interesting colors. This is also a very staple kind of colors, and they work so well. The mattes are always so nice in Pat McGrath. Very pigmented, and they blend just like effortlessly. And the metallics are always super intense. Moonlit Seduction. I just love this palette also. Then I have a few quads which I have from Pat McGrath. Let me just quickly show you that as well. This is the first one I had purchased. The Blitz Astral Quad Ritualistic Rose. So this is how the quad looks like. This is such a good quad. It has bronzy, rose, gold and a light kind of a color. All of them are those glimmery, sparkly, special Pat McGrath shades. Super nice. Like if you really want to try Pat McGrath shades but you don't want to buy the whole palette, these quads are a good option. This one, of course, I don't think you can buy this anymore, but the quads are a good option. You just check if the quads have these special shades in them, then I think they are more value for money. Then I have this quad also. I don't remember when I got this. The Divinity Luxe Quad palette. I think this is what I have used on my eyes today. This is also such a good color story. Look at this. So beautiful. So this is what I have on my eyes today. This bronzy taupey color I have on my eyes. And I have this also on my eyes. This one is in the inner corners and I have mixed and matched both the shades. This is such a good palette. This blue, this purple plum. This is such a good supplementary palette. If you have other matte palettes, of course, you can just buy this small quad and enjoy these nice 4 colors. So I have 2 more quads. So this one, this is the Luxe Quad in Voyeuristic Vixen. I think this one I did get some time to do a video on this. This is how this quad looks like. A very basic kind of a quad. It has a matte reddish brown. It has one sparkly metallic shade which has a multi-chromatic flip, pink and gold, and 2 metallic shades. Really pretty quad. So it's like a pink and rose gold kind of a flip to it. This also I really enjoyed, especially this shade. This is such a beautiful color. It's a muted rose gold shade. I think it looks really nice on the eyes. Giving you a quick swatch. It's a very subtle rose gold kind of a color. These kind of colors are very hard to find. And the last quad, finally, this is the one. I think this one you can still get if I'm not wrong. So this one is the Deep Space Divinity palette quad. This is how it looks like. I got this palette just for this color because this is one of my favorite kind of shades. I think last video also I was telling you guys I love this kind of a oil slick color, and that's a big reason I got this, and this was on sale when I got it. And there are beautiful colors, beautiful bronze shades in it, and I love bronzes. I love collecting bronze tones, so this palette had that. Really pretty palette. So those are all the eyeshadow palettes I own from Pat McGrath, and those are my prized possession. I cherish them. I think I can never get rid of any one of them. They're just so beautiful. Formulation is just amazing. I think barring 1 or 2 shades in 1 or 2 palettes, all the shades, they have worked out great for me. So I will definitely recommend Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes. Most of the palettes which I showed you probably are not available anymore. So if you want me to review any which are available, do let me know. I can do a review on them. Let's move on to the other products now. Not too many now. When I was talking about the concealers, I forgot to mention that I have tried the Pat McGrath concealer brush as well. This is what the concealer brush looks like. It has a nice angle to it. This is what I've used to blend out my concealer today. It's a very small, petite little concealer brush. I think I prefer a little bit more like bristles on them, a little bit more bigger. This is nicer if you want a more smaller concealer brush. I will show you. My favorite one is from Zoeva. This is the concealer brush from Zoeva, and this is the concealer brush from Pat McGrath. So you can see a very big difference in the sizes. So this is what I prefer actually for the concealer, because I do blend it out like quite a lot under my eyes. But this one is more targeted application. I think if you want to just blend out here and just here a little bit, it's good for that. But like for proper application, I just need a bigger bristles. So I think it's more on preference. The brush quality is very nice, it's very soft, blends out perfectly, but the size wise I think I prefer this size more. So that's my thought on the concealer brush. For other face products, I haven't tried any bronzer from Pat McGrath yet. They have a bronzer range, and I was about to buy bronzers also, but somehow something happened and I didn't try the bronzers. If you have tried bronzers from Pat McGrath, then do let me know which shade you are using, which shade you think will be good for me. Do let me know in the comments. I have tried some blushes. So these are the two blushes I have tried, and this is the only blushes I have tried. So I have two shades, Divine Rose and Paradise Venus. This was the collection which launched with this. Okay, so they have the similar kind of packaging. This was the eyeshadow palette, and the blush I think is quite okay, quite nice. The color is very nice. The blendability is good. So these are the two blushes I have. This is Divine Rose. I'll just show you how there is kind of a imprint on top, like embossing. You can see this is Divine Rose. This is what I have on my cheeks today. It's a very nice light pink, divine rosy pink shade. And we have a terracotta kind of a shade, which is Paradise Venus. These are the two shades I have. Very nice. This also is more of a warmer blush. So I like both the blushes. They are pigmented quite nicely, and they blend out quite nicely, but I think they are a bit too matte for me. They are not supposed to be matte actually. They are supposed to have like a satin kind of a shine, satin finish, but I have never got a satin kind of a finish with these blushes. They have looked pretty matte most of the time on my skin. These days I prefer more satin, more glowy blushes. Nowadays I'm more into like cream blushes and glowy blushes, so these I don't use as much. So these blushes, I will say that you can probably pass from Pat McGrath unless and until you find a blush shade which you really like, which is something unique. So these are two blushes which I have used. If you have used any other shades which you feel are something different, do let me know. If you have used the newer palettes, probably they are a little bit different, I'm not sure, but these are the only two I have tried, so I can just talk about these two. Okay, next we move on to highlighters. So highlighters I love. I will definitely recommend from Pat McGrath. This is the one which I have. This is Lunar Nude highlighter. I don't know if you can get this anymore. This was, I think, limited edition, and this is a beautiful gold packaging. And this is the beautiful highlighter. There is a crown embossing on top, and it's such a beautiful smooth champagne gold kind of a highlighter, and it just blends on the skin so beautifully. That's what I have on my skin today, and there is no like noticeable glitter, glimmer, sparkle in the highlighter. It's very, very smooth, and I just love the color of this highlighter. It's not too champagne, it's not too gold, it's a little bit on the rose gold side, and I just love highlighters like this. They give a nice pop, being but not being too out there, and that's how it looks blended, and it looks really nice on my skin tone. So that's the highlighter. Nowadays I use so much glowy blushes that highlighters are not something I use too much, but I should definitely use that more often. I have another palette, highlighter palette. This was the first highlighter palette I got from Pat McGrath, and this is a limited edition product. It was called the Sublime Skin Highlighter, one of the first highlighters of Pat McGrath, and this is how it looks. So pretty. I use just this one. This is what matches my skin tone nicely, but these are like multi-chromatic kind of highlighters. This has a green flip, like a yellow green flip, and this is a pink flip. I think now you can see properly, and let me just blend out. This is how these two highlighters are. One is a green, one is a pink. I mean, there was a time when these were like too out of the world, but I think now there are so many things out in the market. You can wear a pink and greenish highlighter as well. I have actually tried the pink one. It looks really nice. It looks a little bit like a purple highlighter. It looks really nice. I haven't used the green one too much. I have used the pink one, and I've used this one. This is also so nice, the gold highlighter. Oh my god, it's just super intense, and it just looks so nice on the skin. So super smooth also, and I have used that highlighter a lot. Pat McGrath highlighters, they are just amazing. Let's move on to some other eye products as well. So from Pat McGrath, I have tried the eyeliner. This is the Pat McGrath eyeliner. I think I had tried the gel eyeliner also. I'm not sure. I don't have it right now. Probably I've used it up. And it was very nice, I remember. I don't have it right now. This is the felt tip eyeliner, the liquid eyeliner. I am not a big fan of this one just because it's a felt tip. I am not a big fan of felt tip eyeliners. I like brush tip. If I had known that this is a felt tip, I wouldn't have purchased, because I like doing wings, and with this one, that last bit of wing is so difficult. The felt just doesn't work consistently. So you have to like go back and forth, and then in that process I just ruin my eyeliner. The formulation is very good. It is very black. You can see, very black, very intense. But I think just the felt tip, the tip goes bad after a few uses. So it's just good for regular eyelining. That also takes a little bit of effort after a while, because the felt, I think it just dries out. It doesn't perform well after a few uses. So I will not recommend this eyeliner. Although the formula is very good, it stays really well on the eyeline as well. But just because of the felt tip, if this was a brush tip, I think this would have been a great eyeliner. Then I have tried this one, the Artistry Wand. Also I had purchased. This goes with the eyeshadows for the special shades, the glittery shades, to use this as like a glitter glue. So you apply this on the eyelid, and then you apply the special shades, so they will stay on the eyelids for longer. So I think this works great. Okay, today also I have used it. And I think once you use this one and then apply the glitter on top, it gives a much more finished look. So this I definitely do like. The eyeliners. The eyeliners are actually really good. I have used the Permagel eyeliners, Ultra Glide eye pencils. I have two shades, Black Coffee and Blitz Brown. So I've used Black Coffee on my eyes today. It's more of a cool toned brown. It's so pigmented. It's very smooth, very gel-like. And I am going to do a eyeliner video really soon. And these kind of browns are just so difficult to find. Not many brands do this, like this cool toned, grey toned brown, and I am always in the lookout for this. Usually the warm chocolatey browns are easy to find, but this kind of deeper browns, that's so difficult. And this one is Blitzy Brown, which has a slight bit of a sheen to it. Blitzy Brown, also not too warm. Little bit different than the previous one. Love both of these brown eyeliners. These are gel eyeliners, permagel eyeliners. The staying power is good. Once they are set, they stay on the eyelids for a very long time, unless and until you go and smudge. There are eyeliners which I have used, even if you do like this, they don't come off, but these do smudge a little bit, so you have to be careful. But other than that, on their own, they perform really well. The Permagel eyeliners, love both of them. I've also tried the Pat McGrath Dark Star Mascara. I have also tried the other mascara, I forgot the name of it. That is also really good. The Dark Star Mascara is also really good. Love the volume and the length which it gives. This is how it looks like. You can try this one if you are looking for mascara. You want to try a high-end mascara and you don't know which one to try. You can try this one. It gives a lot of like lengthening, lot of separation, and nice volume as well. This is what I have on my lashes today. It just curls the lashes also really nicely. So the Dark Star Mascara I definitely like more than the other one which I have tried, the Pat McGrath one, which I don't remember the name of. This one I like better, the Dark Star. I think now I have talked about all the products I have. just remaining other lip products. Don't worry, I'm not going to swatch everything in this video, but I have tried a few formulas, so let me just quickly talk through the formulas. So these are the glosses which I have tried. I have this gloss right here on my lips today, Flesh 4. Really beautiful glosses, Pat McGrath glosses. They are just super comfortable and they have a nice pigment to them as well. And they are very comfortable. They are not very sticky, so I do really love Pat McGrath glosses. This one is Secret Lover, which is a more mauvey pink shade, which is not that mauvey on my skin tone, but it's still it looks very nice. That's the gloss, pinky mauvey shade. This is also a very nice shade. Liquid lipsticks I have tried, which I will highly recommend. I have two shades, a Wild Orchid and Nocturnal Amore. You can get both the shades. Wild Orchid is a mauvey pink, so if you like pinks, berry pinks, mauvey pinks, this is such a beautiful shade. This one reminds me of the Huda Beauty Trophy Wife kind of a shade, but this is a little bit more deeper kind of color. Then I have this beautiful wine shade, brownish wine. It's such a gorgeous color, especially for the winter. Somebody was asking me about a wine shade which I will recommend. Check out this one. Super beautiful wine color you will get. This is the shade Nocturnal Amore. Beautiful. And the formulation of these liquid lipsticks are amazing. They're kind of like the Huda Beauty matte liquid lipsticks, not drying at all. They just move with your lips. There are no cracks. They are very comfortable, and they don't completely dry down, completely drying matte. So that's why they are very comfortable. There will be a slight bit of transfer, but that transfer is quite negligible actually. So that's what makes this lipsticks super comfortable. Let me see if these are available anymore. Actually, I'm not sure if these are available. Yes, I checked and these are still available. These are called the Legendary Wear liquid matte lipsticks. Definitely recommend if you are someone who loves matte lipsticks, super comfortable matte lipsticks. Check out these ones. Then I have the Pat McGrath lipsticks collection. These are all the Pat McGrath lipsticks I have. So I have the satin lipsticks and I have the matte lipsticks. All the black ones which you see are mostly the matte lipsticks. I have one glossy lipstick in here somewhere, so that's also in the black packaging. And then these colorful ones are the satin Allure lipsticks. The matte lipsticks are super pigmented. If you love pigmented lipsticks, try the Pat McGrath pigmented lipsticks. They are just so richly pigmented, super matte on the lips. They are not uncomfortable, very creamy matte. Do blot the lips, then they will stay on the lips for much longer. Love them. I have a few shades, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10 minus 1 9. I think I have 9 shades because one is a glossy lipstick, which is also like a super glossy shade. Let me find it if it's there somewhere. This one, Natural Unnatural, which is a glossy lipstick. It's a brown rosewood glossy lipstick. Very nice everyday kind of a shade. And this is not a matte lipstick, but all the others are matte. I have Flesh 5, Flesh 3, Executive Realness, which is one of my favorites. Pink lipsticks, if you love a good pink, not a berry pink, but like a magenta pink. Such a pretty color, Executive Realness. You should definitely have it if you love pink lipsticks. And then I have a red Deep Orchid, which is a deep berry shade. These are all my staples. Like if I wear deep lipsticks, then it's probably Pat McGrath which I'm wearing. And then we have the Satin Allure lipsticks, which I have done a video recently. They are also super nice formula. They are so rich looking, very nicely pigmented, but still they have that nice healthy looking glossy shine. The Satin Allure. This is one shade which I just swatched randomly. It's Fleur Fatale. My favorite is the one Infatuation. I just love this. It's more of a berry kind of a shade. Infatuation. If you love berry pinks and you want a satin lipstick, I don't know where I'll swatch. Try this one, Infatuation. It's such a beautiful shade, Infatuation. I have a full review video on all of these lipsticks. I will leave in the description box below. I have done videos on all of these. All of these have been swatched. So those are the lip products I have tried so far. I need to try Pat McGrath lip liners, which I have not tried so far. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying some nude lip liners. Pat McGrath also has cream blushes, which I have not tried. So that's also thing to try. Okay guys, so those are all the Pat McGrath products I have tried. I will definitely recommend the lip products and the concealers and the eyeshadow palettes. If you want to try Pat McGrath, start off with these. And I really hope that this video was helpful. You enjoyed watching my Pat McGrath collection. If you like this video, then please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, it was really fun. Thank you so much for watching. I enjoyed showing you my Pat McGrath collection. I hope you enjoyed as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.